Hello and welcome to Niger Delta Television News. I'm Janet Bolby-Renner. On our top stories, Bayelsa celebrates as Supreme Court affirms Diri's victory. State government to partner with Federal Road Maintenance Agency in the repair of roads in Bayelsa. Plus, business owners urge the prosperity government to provide alternative source of electricity. And now details. It was praise and worship at the King of Glory Chapel Government House, Yenagoa, on Friday, as Bayelsa celebrates upon receiving the news of the final judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria's declaration of Senator Diri as a duly elected governor of Bayelsa State. Government House correspondent Georgia Mello was there and reports.
It was jubilation, excitement, praise and worship, as well as thanksgiving at the King of Glory Chapel when news filtered in that the Supreme Court of Nigeria has affirmed the re-election of Bayelsa State Governor, Senator Diri, after the dismissal of the appeal of Chief Timipri Silva, candidate of the APC in the November 11 Bayelsa Guba polls for lacking in merit. In the judgment of the 5-member Supreme Court panel headed by Justice Lawal Garba, affirmed the Court of Appeal's decision of July 15th, which deemed Silva's appeal an abuse of court processes for filing 2 notices of appeal. The joy of the congregants knew no bounds.
We believe in God. We are here praying because we don't want any manipulation from the pit of hell. God has done it. We are so grateful to God. On behalf of our governor, His Excellency, Senator Diri, we are already celebrating. We are jubilating. To God be the glory.
Senator Diri, he will continue to be governor. Nothing will trouble him. Anyone that trouble him, God, our God will chase them away. Anyone that trouble him, God will chase them away.
We are thrilled by the victory. The Supreme Court has vindicated all of us. We voted for the miracle governor, and today all the court cases have been laid to rest. So we are happy. We want to thank the judges of the Supreme Court. We want to thank Mr. President. We want to thank our governor too for standing firm. Because if he had not stood firm, we would have been weak. He stood firm, and you can see that we are all happy. We are congratulating ourselves.
The celebrations continued at the worship center of the Bayelsa State Deputy Governor. From Government House in Yenagoa, George Ameli reporting for NDTV News.
The Bayelsa State government has declared its readiness to collaborate with the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, on the rehabilitation and maintenance of failing roads in the state. The Deputy Governor, Senator Lawrence Erujekpo, made this known while speaking with a delegation from the Bayelsa Field Office of FEMA during a courtesy visit in Government House, Yenagoa. Correspondent Tari Ikidi has the report.
Maintaining that effective collaboration between FEMA and the state government will ensure proper utilization of road maintenance funds meant for the state, Senator Lawrence Erujekpo stressed the need for the appropriate use of intervention funds meant for the federal roads to maintain major roads in the state since there is a paucity of federal roads. He also expressed his disappointment over the agency's inability to show concern by partnering with the state government in the rehabilitation of strategic roads. Senator Erujekpo, however, thanked the delegation for the visit in their words of commendation while declaring the government's desire to receive the Director General of FEMA to work out modalities needed for the collaboration between the agency and the state government. Earlier speaking, the head of the Bayelsa FEMA Field Office, Engineer George Ofo, while stating the purpose of the visit to include seeking government collaboration and the timely maintenance of roads to ensure the safety of road users, also solicited for support in terms of providing adequate security for the agency's equipment and personnel on road maintenance work in the state. Tari Ikidi, reporting for NDTV News.
Bayelsans have continued to lament the high cost of transportation within the Yenagoa metropolis due to the persistent increase in the price of premium motor spirits, also known as petrol. Some motorists and commuters expressed their frustration while speaking with NDTV News as they called on the government to intervene in the situation. Correspondent Obiene Rhodes' report is read from our studio.
Some bus and tricycle drivers at the Ekeki Park, in their comments with NDTV News, explained that the increasing price of petrol is the reason behind the high transportation fare within the state.
Without 1,000 naira, we cannot meet the ends because the transport is still 100 naira.
Because of the fuel hike now, we normally buy fuel for like 5 something. For now, we are buying 900, 950, even at times 1,000 naira.
Oweri Samuel, Ebitimi John, Oguta Ikyobo, also speaking, a resident, Timi Godless, quanted his losses as a result of the surge in transport fare.
Because of the fuel hike now, we normally buy fuel for like 5 something. For now, we are buying 900, 950, even at times 1,000 naira.
Normally, we used to buy 220. From 220, then we are taking 15,000 as transport fare to Lagos. Then at the end, we started buying 650. That was when we now increased to 20,000. But now we are buying 950.
The situation we are facing now is the fuel cost.
It's not like before. Some persons who used to travel every week, they just travel like once a month now. The reason is because there is an increment in price, and the increment in price is being caused by the increment in pump price.
Speaking further on the hike, Maybe Owefawari and Akemi Wilson attributed the causes to the activities of petrol marketers who they allege sell petroleum products to black marketers.
Madam, as you can see, we buy fuel over 1,000 naira per liter.
This NNPC that's near us now. At times they go bring fuel, sell one day. After that one day, maybe at night they will sell it to black marketers. So others will complain, as passengers will be complaining that the NNPC are get fuel, they are selling 595, but we will not see to buy. They used to sell it to black marketers. Black marketers will be selling it to us at higher price.
They were unanimous in their appeal to the state government to call operators of filling stations in the state to order.
The government should look to the marketers, to talk to the marketers.
The government should do everything possible to make sure the refinery works. With that, I think the fuel price might come down.
Reporting for NDTV News.
The poor reading culture among the youths has become a source of concern. Some residents in Yanagwa, in an interview with NDTV News, attributed the trend to the advent of social media, the desire for quick wealth, and the erroneous belief that reading books contributes nothing to making one successful. Correspondent Ebimiesia Apa completes the report.
Reading culture is the habit of an individual engaging him or herself in the act of reading on a daily basis to acquire more knowledge and to be abreast with information or happenings around the world. Therefore, the depreciating of reading habit among youths today is alarming in comparison with what is obtained in the past. These parents have more to say on the subject matter.
Reading culture here is not encouraging. Although there have been programs, people are trying to indulge the youths to ensure they read. Because if you don't read, you don't have knowledge.
Because you cannot compare the reading culture of 20 years ago and now. So generally, the reading culture of our youth is nothing to write home about for now.
The decline in reading culture of our people, especially young ones, is as a result of the advent of technology.
According to our respondents, the causes of the depreciating reading culture among youths of this generation include the desire for quick wealth, lack of government interest in providing functioning libraries, lack of parental influence in imputing reading culture in their children, among others.
In our days, our parents are not educated, but we are made to read. What of these days that we have parents that are educated, that starve themselves to school themselves, and they have children, they don't make your children to read? Who are you going to blame? The parents have a role to play.
With the advent of the social media, I think that is one of the reasons why the reading culture has depreciated or has come down.
They want to make fast money. They don't want to read. You don't know that you start from somewhere. You start building.
These respondents say the solution to improving reading culture among youths are hunger for self-development, reduction of social media indulgence, and others.
Parents should play a major role. Then government will come in to ensure that there are functional libraries. Don't allow your young children to handle phones.
You can take courses on your phone, you can learn new things on your phone, you can have the right information on your phone. So if they told this part, it will be better than the negative addiction to their phones.
Let them have a new mindset. Do away, less busy with the social media stuff.
The acts of engaging in reading among youths will make one stand out intellectually among his or her peers, just as our fathers of old. Ebimesia Apa reporting for NDTV News.
If you're just joining us, you're watching Niger Delta Television News. Still ahead, business owners urge the prosperity government to provide alternative source of electricity. Join us again. Welcome to Niger Delta Television News and Current Affairs Department at the NS Ikoli Media Complex here in Yanagwa, Bayelsa State.
One of NDTV's traditional objectives is to disseminate information with renewed vigor. We build teamwork for accountability, efficiency, and accuracy.
Our community reports, eyewitness accounts, current affairs discussions are detailed and competitive.
As NDTV reporters, undiluted report is our goal. We gather the news and bring it to you just as it is.
Our cameras are poised to get in the story behind the story in an in-depth news report.
Our new digital equipment are top-notch with clearer visuals and audio. NDTV is repositioned to serve you better.
Join us on the news every day at 7 a.m., 12 p.m., and our major bulletin at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 25 UHF. NDTV, crystallizing the vision.
Glad to have you back. Entrepreneurs in Yanagwa have sent a Save Our Soul to the restoration government to fast-track the rehabilitation of the damaged power towers or provide an alternative means of electricity supply to tackle the blackout that is currently experienced across the state. Speaking with NDTV News in Yanagwa, business owners decried how the situation is taking a toll on their businesses and sources of livelihood. Correspondent Damilola Osho has more.
For over a month now, Bayelsa State has been in total darkness as the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company (PHEDC) has been unable to repair the damaged 13 power towers. This has negatively affected residents, especially business owners who are counting their losses caused by the situation.
For the fact that the nature of my job, I need electricity so that I can do my business very well.
At least they must make move to repair the line so that we will move away from all these blacked out. And then we have gas turbine in LNG there. This turbine can even work for us as a state.
The people called on the state government to swiftly respond to their plight by doing everything within its power to generate an alternative source of electricity in the state.
Many people are dying because of this generator smoke. So many people lost their life. Please, we want them to come to their aid, to our aid. They should help us. They should help us. The gas turbine, they should bring it. They should give us life.
Meanwhile, the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN) a body directly responsible for repairing the damaged 13 towers, has stated that it will take several months for the repair to be completed. Damilola Osho, reporting for NDTV News.
As states and organized labor draw up modalities to begin the implementation of the 70,000 naira new minimum wage, the need for government to prioritize the welfare of workers and rising inflation that has eroded their purchasing capacity is crucial. Reports say states including Delta, Kano, Abia, Kwara, Borno and Jigawa, among others, have set up implementation committees, even as some of them have expressed worry as to whether or not they will be able to pay, citing financial constraints and limited federal allocation. However, the new national president of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, Shehu Mohammed, has vowed to picket states that fail to implement the 70,000 naira new national minimum wage. Organized labor has emphasized the importance of putting people first, stressing that governance must prioritize the well-being of citizens through fair wages, safe working conditions, and social protection. Nigeria is set to shine as Miss and Mr. Celebrity International 2024. Two Nigerian models have been selected for the event in Vietnam, as winners will go home with a total prize of $125,000. For details of this report and more on entertainment news, let's join the light Oladele.
In a remarkable feat, two Nigerian models, Miss Unora Ndidi and Mr. Hefyong Benjamin, have been selected to represent Nigeria at the highly anticipated Miss and Mr. Celebrity International 2024, scheduled for September 28, 2024 at Dong Nai, Vietnam, with a theme Zero Hate and Zero Waste. According to the organizers, the inaugural event is set to hold in Vietnam for the first time, with more than 80 contestants across the globe and grand prize of over $125,000 for the winners, including a crown valued at $10,000 adorned with green crystals to raise environmental awareness. The prestigious event seeks to showcase each representative on global scale, promote unity, diversity, and inclusivity towards a more sustainable and compassionate world. Nigerians' participation in the event will be a testament to the country's talent and dedication to making a positive impact globally. The recently evicted pair in the ongoing Big Brother Naija, The Streets, Ogunyemi Oluwatobi, namely Toby Ford, and Mayowa Adeomi, namely Mayowa Frosh, has expressed their profound gratitude to their fans. According to a virtual interview with them, Mayowa Frosh disclosed that it was unexpected as to know that all the pairs of housemates nominated them for eviction. Likewise, Toby Ford expressed his bitterness about his relationship with Cassia, which didn't end up well, and was shocked to discover that she was married to Kelly, as he regretted showing interest in her. Winner of Big Brother Naija Lockdown Edition, Com singer Lekon, has called out DJ Neptune over alleged unpaid royalties for their collaboration. Naija News report that the reality TV star, in a post via his ex-handle, claimed that DJ Neptune is yet to pay him for their collaborative song, Nobody. Icon said Neptune has been silent for 4 years, urging the artist to adhere to agreements in the music industry. He wrote, "Abeg o, DJ Neptune, how far with my agreements? And split for the Nobody song. Is it still not ready? Haba, it's been 4 years." Popular American singer Henissa lost over 12,000 followers on Twitter in less than 24 hours after she unfollows famous Nigerian Afrobeat musician Davido. Recall that Davido was featured on the remix of her song Love Cycle in 2021 to help her connect with fans in Nigeria. A few years after receiving help from the Afrobeat singer and other Nigerian social media influencer like Smalley and Dapsy, Enisa unfollows Davido on Friday, making her followers drop drastically as Nigerians keep unfollowing her, and this has continued to spark a range of funny reactions. For entertainment news, I'm Delight Oladile.
Super Eagles star Victor Boniface has spoken out after getting one-match ban and a €25,000 fine for his anti-sporting conduct during his team's recent Super Cup match against VfB Stuttgart. For details of these reports and more sports stories, let's join Ayemi Miene.
After being found guilty of unsportsmanlike conduct during his team's recent Super Cup match against VfB Stuttgart, Super Eagles star Victor Boniface has spoken out after receiving a match ban and a €25,000 fine. The decision was made public by the German Football Association on Wednesday following an investigation into an incident that transpired shortly after the game. After being fined about €44 million, the former Union SG forward responded to the sanction on social media by instructing his contacts not to bill him for the next 3 months. The main event that gave rise to the controversy involved Boniface allegedly giving the Stuttgart players the middle finger during post-game celebrations. The Stuttgart players claimed that Boniface made the gesture, causing tensions to rise on the field even though referee Tobias Tyler did not see it. The German Football Association opened an investigation on the basis of these claims even though there was no TV footage or conclusive evidence. Since then, Boniface and Leverkusen have complied with the DFB's decision, which is final and enforceable by law and carries a fine in addition to a suspension. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will begin training in Uyo on September 1 in preparations for their 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualifiers. This training is conducted in advance of the pivotal matches versus Rwanda and Benin Republic. Team officials say that the majority of the invited players are expected to arrive in Uyo shortly after the backroom staff arrives on September 1. The three-time African champions Nigeria will first play the Benin Republic's Cheetahs at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium on September 7, with kickoff scheduled for 5 p.m. 3 days later, the squad will depart for Rwanda for the second qualifier. However, with Finidi George's departure in June, the Super Eagles are currently without a head coach. A new coach has not yet been appointed by the Nigerian Football Federation, which creates uncertainty as to the qualifiers draw. According to reports, the NFF's technical director, Austin Eguavon, will take temporary charge of the team for these 2 games. I am Ayemi Miene for NDTV Sports.
The report brings us to the end of our bulletin, but before we go, a quick look at our top stories. It was praise and worship at the King of Glory Chapel Government House, Yenagoa, on Friday, as Bayelsan celebrates upon receiving the news of the final judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria's declaration of Senator Diri as the duly elected governor of Bayelsa State. We also brought to a report that the Bayelsa State government has declared its readiness to collaborate with the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, on the rehabilitation and maintenance of failing roads in the state. And finally, entrepreneurs in Yenagoa have sent a Save Our Soul to the restoration government to fast-track the rehabilitation of the damaged power towers or provide an alternative means of electricity supply to tackle the blackout that is currently experienced across the state. That's our bulletin. Thanks for joining us. I'm Janet Bobai Brennan.